Hello and welcome to your post-match Raw, podcasting to you from the home of the drunk champions here in Anfield Index. I am Trev Downey here in my field in beautiful rural Ireland at night time talking about that nonsense. And here to give me their immediate reactions to said nonsense are Dave Hendrick and Jim Boardman. It's a weird situation to be in, Dave, where you understand what it means. It means nothing in the greater scheme of things. The die had been cast, the plot had been laid out by the manager, by the attitude that we've adopted over the last couple of weeks. It's still just no fun losing games and watching guys struggle a little bit. It just like felt like we got all the worst parts, like maybe seeing all the guys who are probably not going to be up to it, all that type of thing. And it's hard to get much crack out of that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, look, if this game had mattered, we'd all sit here and we'd be annoyed about it. But like Arne Slot didn't care.
No.
The players don't care. So it's kind of one of them where why should we really care? Um, I think over the course of the season, Arne was very deliberate with who he played, when he played them, and how he played them. And as a result of that, also very open with who he didn't play, when he didn't play them, and why he didn't play them. And if people were disagreeing with those decisions, I think Arne has used this end of season when the title has been wrapped up to sort of expose these players for what he believes them to be, which is not good enough for his team. Now, I think along the way, there's also been one or two that maybe he didn't mean to expose like that, who've looked really poor. But at the same time, Harvey Elliott, for example, lads were screaming all season, like, why doesn't Harvey play more? Harvey should play more. Give Harvey a game. Harvey over Sobbo, all the rest of that nonsense. And he started him against Chelsea. He was dreadful. He started him today. And I know he got a goal and assist. And I'm sure some people will say, oh, he got a goal and assist, right? The goal is a tap in. The assist is a nothing ball to Sabozlai, which he makes something out of. That's 2 seconds out of a 98-minute game. Harvey was dreadful today. Absolutely a non-factor when we didn't have the ball, and didn't offer enough when we did have the ball. So for those that were demanding that Arne play him more, he's just shown he's not up to the task. Same thing probably goes for Fede Chiesa. Barely played all season. He ran around tonight, but no impact on the game. With Wendo, we've seen be pretty good, but you can see why he doesn't play him more often. So I think for the manager, he's and Jarrell Quansah may be another one that you'd look at and say, well, you can see why he took him out of the team. I thought the whole back four today were atrocious defensively. Ibu, look, again, it's a nothing game that doesn't matter, but Ibu is asking for big time money, like real big boy money. And that's the type of money you want to give to a lead centre back who, when Virgil goes in 2 years or 3 years, and in the interim, when Virgil is sitting out, because at 34 as he'll be this summer, he's probably not going to play every single game moving forward. Ibu needs to be the one that steps up and becomes the leader of that backline. And tonight, again, it's a nothing game, but he looked like a fella that was all over the place. Like he was absolutely just chaotic from early doors. And again, this is kind of a prove it period for certain players. And Ibu's trying to prove something different to others, but he didn't prove it either.
No, there's a lot of unproven stuff going on this evening. And Jim, just to bring you in this early part as well, it's we're very aware. Look, here's my comment on the analysis. That's a beer opening because we've been taking this show way too seriously for the last two games when they haven't been. As Dave says, the manager hasn't been taking it seriously. The selection's one thing, but the attitudinal sort of thing that you can see on the field is another. And you know, I've leaned into it this week, whereas I was all about let's get Mo the records. That looks like that's fucked now. I was all about let's get to this 94, then okay, let's get 91. And now it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Nothing matters except the fact that next time we get out onto the pitch, regardless of if we get hockeyed up and down the pitch by Crystal Palace, we will be lifting that trophy, and that will literally be the only thing in the world that matters. Title number 20 for the Reds. it is just an interesting way of approaching these last few games. I had really not seen that coming. I really thought this guy was going to be quite buttoned down and very much right. We'll have a couple of days off now. Let's get back in the groove and let's see what we can milk out of the remainder of the season. But it's been exactly the opposite, Jim. It's kind of mad to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly thought he'd be like the kind of Ronnie Moran sort of figure in the whole sort of, if you sort of trying to find a comparison in LFC's history, the sort of, right, well, you've won that, great, that's done now. We've got another season to do, and the last few games would have been just getting everyone working hard, ready for the new season, or we'd have seen wholesale changes. I thought maybe that was another thing, and I think I'm not in a position to be annoyed by tonight, and this next thing I'm going to say could start to be an annoying thing, and I'm not going to let it be, but his explanation that he gave last weekend for why he brought Trent on and about he's paid to win games and Trent was his best option, and then Trent doesn't even get a look in tonight when, maybe if he was bothered about the game tonight and he was really wanting to win that game, Trent would have come on at some point, just for the fact that he's someone with a bit of an attacking instinct, certainly towards the end. The amount of time it took him to bring Endo on, and I think, in other words, I think with what he said about Trent last week, it was just a good excuse he came up with. I think, and the main thing he probably thought he would have loved to have said was, "Well, fuck me, I didn't know we were going to react like that to me bringing Trent on, but at least I know for the future." And tonight, you're right. I mean, it was just, I think he's kind of rewarded them. He said to them, "Oh, look, you've worked your asses off all season. You didn't, you were unlucky in the Champions League, went out on pens. You got all the way to the final in the League Cup. Bad day at the office in the FA Cup with a half team that I put out. But you've worked your asses off to win the league and you've won it. Now, go on, enjoy yourselves, lads. And you'll be back here wherever, 1st of July, whatever date it ends up being. And that's when you'll be working for me. But for now, go on, you've earned this. Get yourselves off." Unfortunately, some of the players weren't back yet. I mean, myself and Guy were chatting just before we came on air about, as Guy put it, how drunk they all looked. And there was a shot towards the end of the game where Ibu and Jones were stood next to each other about 3 minutes after Jones had come on, and Jones looked as knackered as Ibu. They're done in, and I think in a way it's a shame that you have to carry on playing when you won the league so early, because it kind of, we're just not. I mean, I just couldn't motivate myself. You think. I always say, like, if I won the lottery, if I won the lottery, I'd carry on working afterwards. I know in reality that there's no way I'd be asked to be getting out of bed and going through the rat race, just because I won the lottery. I just don't think that would happen. And I think it's the same with the players. They've won it now. They've it's done. But the thing he's got to do is he's just got to get it right with them, that when they do come back on the first day for pre-season, that's it. Your parties are over now. It is forgotten. That's done. We've got a new season in front of us. But I don't mind him letting them do this. And as you say, I can't get annoyed. In fact, I'm so unannoyed by tonight, I even felt ready to praise the ref at one point.
Wow, that is a stretch. But to be fair, there's a few things that we can take out of it. Just maybe a few comments on a few players. I'm really hoping that the opening little contribution from Dave will be left in as part of the show's intro, because we're going to keep this one short. Take it about as seriously as it was taken by the manager and the footballers on the pitch. And I'll just go through the team really quickly. We started tonight with Alisson, who was absolutely amazing and did not deserve that result. Bradley, who really was not so good at all, certainly defensively, was appalling. Kwanzaa, who was shaky enough as well. Kanate, who again looked awful at times, including his highlight or low light, kicking the ball straight to Matoma in the added time. Simicus, who I thought just absolutely looked like a lad who was wearing the cost of excessive partying. Just
Costas was seen collecting a Chinese takeaway last night, by the way.
Yeah, I heard that succulent Chinese meal.
A succulent Chinese meal? For people that don't know, go look it up.
Go look it up.
I think he still had some in his. I think he had some in his back pocket as well. He was sneaking a few mouthful of during the game.
Just absolutely all over the show. Gravenberch, I mean, he was okay. Szoboszlai was okay. Salah was.
It's Jack here, and that was a clip from one of Anfield Index's audio podcasts. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to keep up to date on all things LFC. We record around 100 audio podcasts every month with our shows featuring match-going fans, top journalists, professional analysts, and even Liverpool legends along the way, with the great Dane himself, Jan Molby, joining us every single week. If you want to listen to all our podcasts for free, head over to anfieldindex.com/podcasts. Our audio shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Anfield Index. Or if you prefer to listen to all our podcasts in full and without any ads, why not head over to AI Pro today to check it out now at AnfieldIndexPro.com. If you want to get involved in the great growing community of Liverpool fans, check out the Anfield Index Discord. The link is in the description. Do get involved with that from Reds around every corner of the globe. For now, Reds, hope you enjoyed this video.